My name's Osueke, light heavyweight boxer, and watching Sporting Icons.
All right, Lawrence, good to see you again. Thanks very much for having a little chat with me.
Yeah, it's always good. Good to see you, mate.
I've just been seeing you doing the what looks to me like some kind of spider web thing in the ring. What's that about?
I know, when I walked in, I thought it was like crystal maze in here, but yeah, it was a lot of foot drills today, and yeah, just little scenarios in the ring.
Yeah. And so your next fight's going to be on December 19th.
No, 14th.
The 14th?
14th, yeah, Brentwood.
Brentwood, sorry, yes.
Yeah, that's it. We're on the golden contract undercard.
I heard that it's a reserve fight, so correct me if I'm wrong, so like the winner of you and Dan Azeez, if there's an injury or pull out, you then replace and enter the tournament. I
think that's the case. To be honest, nothing's been nailed down as such. That's what we're told. But yeah, that's what I'm presuming. But to be honest, I'm just concentrating on my fight with Dan at this point in time. But that's a bonus if that's the case.
Do you know Dan?
And obviously light heavyweight, and he's around the same sort of level of me in terms of we've both had 10 fights. I think he's about 10, so we're at a similar point in my career, both of us.
Yeah, he comes from the Cool Box boxing gym down there, formerly with Lawrence Osueke was once there as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah, a good fight though.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I haven't seen a great deal of him. I've seen little snippets of him. So again, I know, like I say, he's meant to be from a good gym, and he looks like he's a boxer. He's not just he's not just like a brawler or anything like that. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight.
I agree.
We're both hungry fighters, early stages of our career, and at this point in time, we're kind of both looking to kind of progress. So we're both extremely hungry.
Yeah, that's it. So what happens with this one? Is this for the English title, isn't it?
English title, yeah.
English title. So, because the last one against Ricky Summers, that was meant to be for an eliminator for the British, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
So what's happening with that one then? Is that on the back burner for now then?
To be honest, obviously it was a draw. A poor performance on my behalf. Just wasn't there on the night for some reason. We didn't really get going. I still watched it back and still thought I did enough to win. I think I was the one landing the cleaner punches. But yeah, they gave it a draw for whatever reason, but that's just a decision, and that's that. But yeah, in terms of eliminator, I'm not too sure. I don't know what's happening with that. Obviously, pretty quickly I got this opportunity for the English title, so I was happy with that, and it's kind of put me straight back in the mix and put a good performance on and get me straight back in that British level.
Yeah. How do you rate like your last performance against Ricky Summers?
Oh, very poor. Yeah, I just couldn't get going. I think end of the day, there's no point in saying this, that, and the other, because everyone has camps, everyone has things going on. So it just, I personally on the day, things didn't come together. I think combination of it was a bit of a messy fight and it was a clash of styles, but forgetting all of that, it was just I shouldn't have been allowing the clinches to be happening. It was just a bad performance for whatever reason. We aren't robots, we're humans, and unfortunately I didn't perform on that night.
I mean, for me, I thought that you won, to be honest.
Yeah.
Close fight.
Well, to be honest, even the Sky Sports people, all the streaming lines all had me winning the fight. Most people had it pretty much one-sided. Yeah, it was messy at times, but in terms of clean punches landed, I think I was the only one doing that throughout the 10 rounds. But yeah, it was. I can imagine from a judging point of view, there probably was close rounds, and it's all boxing's always whatever you like, but. From the general vibe that I got, that everyone thought I'd won the fight. So, but like I say, I'm not taking anything from that because I wasn't happy with my own personal performance.
Well, that's my next question. What is it that you took from that fight? Have you learnt something from it? Or?
Oh, without doubt. I think for me, I was quite relaxed in the changing rooms. Maybe I was a little bit flat. I don't know. Maybe accumulation of things, maybe. But I think the way I warm up and the way I get myself ready, that may be a factor next time. Make sure that I'm fired up and ready to go regardless. Obviously, first 10 rounder, so I took that. I wasn't tired, even though I didn't perform. I wasn't tired at the end of the 10 rounds. I think he was far more tired than I was. Looking it back, there was definitely plenty left in the tank. And yeah, again, it's a big occasion. It was a big fight on Sky Sports live, so I'm going to take all that experience of the pressure, the nerves, whatever, all the different aspects of the public workout, all the media stuff. I've taken that all on board and help me deal with this next one. So definitely took plenty from it, even in a bad performance. In fact, to be honest, I think sometimes in your bad performances you often learn more and kind of gain more than sometimes your wins, because when you win, you think, oh, I've done everything perfect. You know what I mean?
Don't need to change anything. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm quite a critical fighter of myself anyway, so I always take something. But definitely, when you lose, you definitely learn a lot more.
Yeah. Well, it's like any fight, though, isn't it? I mean, there's going to be fights where opponents just want to hold on and just survive. Which I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful to Ricky Summers, but that seemed like he wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, again, I respect Ricky Summers. I'm not wanting to start calling anybody. But yeah, I mean, tactically, maybe I don't think he thought he could outbox us. So maybe his tactic was to kind of smother.
You're a very technical boxer, though, aren't you?
Well, I like to think so, yeah. And I think he was wanting to smother, make it messy. I think in an ideal world, had he could have made it a bit of a dogfight, he would have done that. But he couldn't really done that. It just kind of made for a bit of a unexciting fight to watch, to be honest. But like I say, I think on my behalf, I could have done a lot more to prevent that from happening and got my shots off a lot better, kept the distance, and kind of just used my boxing ability, which I didn't use. So.
Yeah, that's it. So what did your trainer Nick say about it?
Pretty much what I've kind of said there. I kind of made hard work of it. I didn't do what I'm capable of, essentially. It wasn't that it was a terrible performance, it just wasn't a good performance. There was so much more I could have done. And again, obviously, what I've also learned, obviously this is an entertainment game, and I think sometimes, I don't know where my head was on the night, but obviously you always want to win. But I think one thing I've learned, you've got to be entertaining regardless. So I think, like I listened to a few interviews off like Sir Eddie Hearn, people like that, and I've massively took that on board. It's not just about winning, it's about looking good and making it entertaining for the fans, because at the end of the day, the fans are the one who are paying your wages, essentially. So that's one massive fact that I've took out of it.
Okay, so going forward then, it's about putting on more of a show, obviously ensuring of the win, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, first and foremost, but you make it exciting, give the fans, at the end of the day, the fans are there for entertainment, end of story. They're not, yeah, someone might be there to support me or the other guy, but essentially it's entertainment, you know what I mean? So that's essential, really, and that's one area that I've really took from that last experience.
Now, your next fight, as I said, it's going to be on the MTK show, which is a fantastic show, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, with the tournament for the light heavyweight, if of course you don't end up entering the tournament, as in all the fighters don't get injured or pull out or whatever, who do you think's the favourite to win that tournament?
To be honest, I've actually thought about this a few times, because there's a few good kids in the tournament, but they're again quite stylistically different. Like so, Osueke, for instance, he's one who is definitely who's up there with all of them. He could be a winner, but he's been inactive, so that could play a factor. But as a Jeff, he's also very awkward. He's been around the block. He's probably one of the more experienced guys in there, but he's been inactive, so I don't know where he is in his career. Ward as well, he's in there. He's very good. I've sparred with him as well down in Manchester. We're training out with Oliver Harrison's gym. He's an excellent fighter, got a great stable. So he's another one to watch. So yeah, there's a couple other guys who I haven't seen a great deal of, but it's all about. But this is the exciting thing about this particular tournament. You don't know who you're fighting. It's all picked out of a hat, as you say. So it's not like any one of the fighters can prepare specifically for that type of style. Like, yeah, they're going to have to go away in their training camp and kind of prepare for all the styles, but they can't just focus in on one style. So it's going to be entertaining.
But I mean, if you was in that tournament, that's, I won't say ideal, but you've been there before in the sense of, because of your amateur experience, sometimes you don't know who it is that you're fighting until the last minute.
Yeah, but to be honest, that's kind of what I've not been pro for that long, so yeah, I would definitely draw on that experience and kind of, just because I think as a pro you like taking Anthony Joshua's fight for example, against Ruiz, he kind of got a change of opponent last minute, and he'd been focusing on one opponent so much, not just physically but mentally. That's who he thought he was fighting, and I don't think he necessarily underestimated Ruiz, but I think mentally it kind of threw him a little bit, and I think that could have played a part. Whereas with the amateurs, you're kind of used to dealing with that, you don't know who you're getting, so more forgetting physically, mentally you're kind of prepared for that, and you just concentrate on your ability rather than focusing on other people's styles and kind of thinking I need to do this. You just kind of concentrate on yourself and being the best you. So I think that is important for any of the fighters going in that tournament, is not to kind of dwell too much on the style, like the opponent that you're going to draw. Just focus on you. I think that's the best tactic for that that style tournament.
That's it. And when you look at all these guys, so if one of the guys ends up pulling out, you beat Dan Azeez, and you're in that tournament, would you fancy your chances of winning it?
Of course you do. I'm in this boxing. I think I'm in a stage. Yeah, I'm probably at this stage of my career. The only thing I'm lacking is a little bit more of experience. There's a few guys in there who are probably more experienced. I don't say any of them are better, just more experienced. So, at the end of the day, I think my ability, I haven't always fully showed. I think, like I said, my last performance wasn't great, but previously in some of the other fights, I've performed a lot better. Yes, the opposition wasn't at the same level, but I know I've got a lot more ability and a lot more to show them. So I think, yeah, I would 100% think my ability is more capable of winning the tournament. It's just the experience. Yeah, there's in a 10. Have I been in a hard 10-round fight at this stage? No, but at the end of the day, you don't know till you've done it. So. At the end of the day, I'm training hard now for a 10-rounder. They're all 10-rounders, so at the end of the day I am training, and obviously if anything pulls out in that fight, I still have a little bit of time to continue preparing. So I've got to fancy myself. My ability, without doubts, there. I've probably had as good an amateur career as any of them in there. Like I say, I'm gaining experience all the time as a pro, and when that time comes, I think I would have made sure I'm prepared, and I would have got additional sparring for that tournament also. So I don't actually know when that next one would be, but I always prepare hard and train hard. So it's always just about me performing on the night.
And after Dan Azeez, obviously you get the win. Are you planning on a 2020 just activity?
That's from the minute I turned pro. That was always the plan. My first 8 months, I had like 7 fights in 8 months. I was extremely active, but obviously that's the way it goes. You can't continue to be that active when you're progressing. But I've been as active as I could. I could have fought another 10 times over between now and turning pro. I would have. I've took every opportunity that I could have. But yes, I think in this game, your career is only short anyway, and you only improve by fighting. You can do as much work in the gym here, but it's been actually in the real live situation where you gain the real experience and that you really learn from and progress. So I think activity is the key.
Will you be watching the boxing this weekend?
Yeah, more than likely I will be, yeah. To be honest, I don't generally watch as much boxing because obviously I live boxing 24/7. Normally when it comes to the weekend, I've got a family, I like to switch off completely. I tend to watch it the next day normally on YouTube or wherever, I try to catch up on it, but I'll catch up later on in the week when I've got a free moment. But during the weekend, that's normally the family time for me, or total chill time, depending if I've got a fight camp. I try to just not think about boxing at the weekend because for me personally, I think you can kind of overfill your brain can go on overdrive when you think boxing 24/7. So for me personally, at the weekends, the minute I finish my camp Monday to Friday, I want to not think about boxing at all, and then my brain's kind of ready to go on the Monday to kind of go 110% again. So that's just the way I work. But yeah, I'll make sure I see it. I will see it. Obviously, I'll be probably checking on Twitter if I'm not watching it live, but I will definitely be catching up on it.
And what about I didn't know until I seen you walk out for your last fight that Steve Wraith was with you.
Yeah, he's my manager. Yeah.
I didn't know until that point.
Yeah. He's pretty much from when I finished training down with Oliver Harrison in Manchester. Stevie he helped me even before that. With getting on these local shows and stuff like that, he's always been there to support me. So it was as soon as I come up here and change trainers, managers, it was the automatic choice for me to go to Stevie Wraith, and he's managed my career really well so far. We've got a good relationship, but yeah, he's been there for the last. When is it, Fitch? From middle of last year, I think, maybe June, maybe before June last year. I've been working with him.
Yeah, because. Actually, I was going to ask you, we've got the light heavyweight division right now. Obviously, you've got a Rob Ishmael's coming back now.
That's right.
As well. Hopefully, Jamie Bates will get some more fights at boxing and that as well. Is it becoming a division that you really, really want to stay in?
I think
because you probably could make super middleweight if you really push, couldn't you?
To be honest, I've got to work pretty hard to make the 12-7.
Right.
Yeah, for another £7, it's not just that. It's all right making the weight, but how would you perform at that weight? I don't know. Like I say, I don't know till I try, but. To be honest, I've got to really work extremely hard to make the 12-7, and I think another £7. I can't see myself making it strong, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't think that weight division's for me, super middle. But again, like I say, at 12-7 at light heavyweight division, there's plenty of good opposition at the division, and I'm happy at this division. So at the end of the day, I'm at this stage of my career, things are going the way I wanted to go, and I think it's the right way for me at this point in time.
I mean, domestically, there's some massive fights, isn't there? Some huge fights out there for you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be staying at like a light heavy, you're what are you, 6'1", 6'2"?
6'1", yeah.
You're 6'1". Yeah, so I mean, with like Anthony Yard, quite how he makes away, I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, well, he's quite. I think, like, I mean, I don't know what he does train wise, but he's a very muscular guy.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of, like, for myself, I mean, when the minute I stop dieting as much, I fill out. You know what I mean? Like, you go to your natural size, but you've got to do quite a bit of strength work for me to be like that. I don't know, but for me personally, when I'm making weight, like, most fighters are a lot slimmer and lean, because you want to be lean at your weight. You shouldn't be blown up. And I don't know, at the end of the day, he seems to perform well at that weight. And I don't know if he's quite as tall, I'm not too sure. But I don't know how he makes it, to be fair, because he is big at the weight. Well, he looks big. I've actually met him in person. I don't know if he's 6 foot or not, but yeah, he does look quite big at the weight.
Would you fancy a fight with like Craig Richards, like a Spider Richards? So he used to be fighting for the British now, didn't he?
Yeah, to be honest, like I say, once I get past this Dan on the 14th, and especially come 2020, I'll be looking for any of the light heavyweights out there at the British level. That's who I'm aiming at. And in this game, you can't pick and choose. Like, you get to a point where it's whoever's got the belt or whoever's mandatory or whatever opportunity you get, I'll take that opportunity. That's essentially what I'm in the game for. And the stage of my career that I'm at, I need to be taking them opportunities. So whoever is the next in line where I get the opportunity to fight for, whether it's an English title, defend English title, British title, eliminator, whatever, I'll take it to whoever it is, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just looking forward to I'm looking forward to this one on the 14th, getting the win, putting a good performance in 2020, like you said earlier, being active and really testing myself.
Yeah, so like next year, you're looking for the big fights then?
Of course, yeah, like, I mean, there's no point just being in to make up the numbers. I want to go out there and see how good I am, because, like I say, I know I've got the amateur experience, but I'm yet to be tested in the professional game.
Well, there's plenty of guys out there to test you, that's for sure, isn't there?
Exactly, yeah.
Plenty out there. Okay, so like, I mean, good luck on the 14th.
Thank you
down
very
there
much.
to Brentwood. Are you taking like that many people down with you?
Yeah, there'll be family and close friends. I mean, I only got the call a matter of weeks ago, and it's quite a bad time for people. It's a long way to travel from up here in the north, so there will be people come to support us, and I've actually got some friends down that way as well. So I will have some support on the night, but not as much as when I have it in Newcastle, obviously.
Yeah, of course. You've been there before?
I've never been, no.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've never been.
Yeah, nice.
Looking forward to it.
All right, then, Lawrence. Well, good luck for you against like a Dan Azeez. I do think it'll be a very, very exciting fight.
Yeah.
I do, and actually, prediction for it. Do you give yourself predictions?
For my fight,
yeah.
Just the winner. I said, I just want to win. It's all about the winning and putting on a good performance.
Yeah.
And also, can I just mention my main sponsors that always support me? I've got Rogen Recovery, UK Services. I've got Kudus Media. These are the main guys who kind of support me and basically make it possible for me to train full time. Really appreciate their support.
Big up to all them, and if anybody else wants to sponsor you, get in contact.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Awesome.